Hello everyone, welcome back to part 5 of reacting to all the world records in Mario Kart Deluxe 150 DC. If you haven't seen any of the previous parts, I recommend you go watch those, either before or after you watch this video. Let's get right into it. Of course, I gotta bring you guys the fun facts. So, for one, this is the most recent world record in this video. So, out of waves 3 and 4, I believe including 200cc, I might have to double check that. This is the newest out of all of them, and despite this being one of my least favorite tracks, and I find it fairly boring and repetitive and just bad, to be honest, I think it's a fairly interesting world record. And there's a lot of those kind of tracks where the track is just boring when you play it online, but it's very interesting in time trials. I don't know why that is. But, like, just from these lines already, it's pretty sick, but... I mean, I guess that part's pretty boring, where you just snake back and forth, doing basically nothing, but... I think this part's gonna be fairly interesting. You go over the off-road twice. Still don't have 10 coins. Don't know where... He's gonna get the last two, I think, on this ramp, and then on the tight turn next. Oh, launch trick off here, too. Yep, there you go. Oh, never mind. They got that on lap 2, I think? But yeah, here you get the last coin. Oh, I thought they were going to go for the SMT there. I wonder if that could be a strat, though. You know, what we saw in Tokyo Blur in the last video, and then Electrodrome. That could be the strat there, you know. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, and I will admit I have no idea what I'm talking about, but maybe. Maybe it's the strat. And here, you're going to notice they only have one shroom, which for the shortcut you saw in lap 1, they used 2. But here, they're just going to hop into the shortcut for a little bit, and then shroom. Make sure that the shroom boost lasts till the end of the off-road so they can super mini turbo out of it. This is going to be an ultra mini turbo. I believe they get double SMT here. Yep. And yeah, I think this was by Panda, right? Was this a Panda world record? It is. And before we get into the next world record, make sure you guys like and subscribe. We're almost at 11,000 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate it. You guys could get me there fairly soon, hopefully by, I'll say the 10th. That'd be sick. And maybe even 12,000 by the end of the year. We'll see. But yeah, let's get into the world record. Now, the fun fact for this one is, this has a ridiculous lap 3. Army has the best lap 3 in the world by almost 0.1, which is not super unheard of, but for a track that's this short, it's kind of ridiculous. So, this is also another one of those simple tracks that you think has a simple world record, but it definitely doesn't. So, I mentioned that's a Vincent type track. Maybe he comes to this track. We'll see. Oh, you get an extra mini turbo there. I was not aware of that. I thought you got a double super mini turbo there, but I guess not. This track is just, like, insanely hard in time trials. Like, once upon a time, I tried going for worldwide tops, and it was between Waluigi Stadium, double, okay, SMT and then UMT into that. I think these are different strats to what I saw last time. And then UMT there? Okay. Yeah, you also Kusan slide, I think, which is ridiculous. That is a very difficult strat, but... Yeah, once upon a time, this was one of the tracks I was going for on for worldwide tops, and I instantly quit, like, after 10 minutes of trying, because I just could not get any of these strats. They were just so hard. And squeezing out all the required mini turbos as well are very, very difficult, but wow, yeah, insane stuff. And next up, we got a funky looking combo. By Panda. Oh, I'm so funny. Sorry for that joke. Look, if this is your first time watching a video from me, I promise I never make those kind of jokes, okay? Never. Alright, so, just so you all know. Anyways, definitely, I wouldn't lie to you guys. Never. But anyways, the fun fact for this world record is I found it very interesting that the world records for both 150 and 200 are 400 days away, and today, the day I'm recording, they are exactly 200 and 600 days old, which is kind of funny. I didn't realize that. Ooh, that was a fancy little Kusan slide into the side there, but this is a very optimized world record, I'd say. Like, there's not too much going on, in terms of the track at least. A lot of it is just going straight on gliders, but it's nice to see that there's a little strat there that can save a tiny bit of time. Yeah, this motion glider is probably the only thing that matters on the track. Everything else is very, very simple to do. Also, I guess this motion glider too? Yeah, that is a little bit of motion. There's no motion on the next part though. I really like that strat though. Kusan sliding and then doing a bunch of hops, that's super cool. Also, he's done that left hop into the glider twice. I don't know if that's faster, if it just doesn't matter and he's just looking fancy. I don't know. We're going to lap 3. We're going to see similar stuff here. I imagine there might be a different ending strat, because I know online what I'd like to do is turn on motion glider for the very end. If I have shrooms, I will use that to my advantage. Obviously, he's not going to use a shroom for the glider, because he's going to use it for this cut. But we might see motion glider, since you don't need to line up for the glider at the end. Let's see. Okay, he does go for it. Yep, motion glider into the finish line. Barely getting the sub 207. And next up we have L on Maple Treeway with a 222.472. Now this world record is the longest in this video by over 15 seconds, 15.5 seconds to be exact. And also, oh, I thought you'd do the air time strat at the beginning. I haven't seen this world record yet, so they might do that on laps 2 and 3, I'm not too sure, but this track seems fairly optimized for what it's worth. This is one of my favorite tracks in the game, and maybe that's like a hot take. Also, people have not been going on that rail super often in the world record. It's been like half and half, I'd say, but I don't know if it's super fast or not. I'm assuming since the world record does, it is faster. But for the longest time, the world record would go like back and forth essentially between using the rail to go on there and not using the rail. Because I believe, yeah, okay, they go for the air time on lap 2. That makes sense because you're going tight. You don't need to go for the coins. I believe they're probably going to do that on lap 3 too. But yeah, that little rail is so hard to get on. I think for certain carts it's literally impossible. Like, I don't think Teddy Buggy can do it. I might be wrong about that. But it's like a certain way you have to drift onto it. I'm not sure how to do it. It's not like it's that much faster, so I'm not gonna ever learn how to do it, I would say. But it's a cool little nifty strat to save probably 0.1 over the whole run, I'd say. Over all 3 laps. Oh my. But this record is just so cool, you know? It's not like there's something crazy going on, but there's a lot of nifty niche strats, you know? Oh, they did the delayed trick boost thing. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but I don't know if they did that on lap 2 or lap 1 either. I wasn't really paying attention, but it's cool that we're seeing that in multiple world records and not just Wildwoods. I didn't think that would like extrapolate to other tracks. We've seen it quite a bit already. Okay, I thought they would like Kusan slide in the finish line somehow, but that makes sense. There's a lot of space. And next up we have Vincent with a 155.207 on Berlin Byways. So this is a Vincent classic. If you guys have seen the previous parts, you'd know that Vincent has a lot of first and only world records on tracks that are still current world records, by the way. I've seen like 4 or 5 of them already. This is also one of them, but he's also second in duration held on this track. So he's held it for, I believe, like 300 days or something. And that's second to... Actually, let me check this. Alright, and not going to pay attention for the next, like... Okay, he's held it for 243 days, and he's second to Panda on this track. So, yeah, he's going to get the 9th coin here. Do a little fancy S&T motion glider to the right of the pillar, which is pretty dope, I'd say. I don't believe that motion glider was found until maybe this year? This might be the only world record that does it, but I think Panda's previous world record might have done it, which was last year, so I'm not too sure. But either way, pretty insane and dope strat. Okay, I thought he was going to launch trick off the surfboard there, but maybe he's not fast enough to do it, or, well, at least like fast enough to make it faster, if that makes sense. Anyways, this lap 3 is probably one of the simpler tour track lap 3s you're going to see, so actually, there's 2 shrooms on lap 3. I didn't realize, but yeah, this makes sense because you shroom through that cut, and then you're also going to shroom through the final shortcut. Those stairs are very hard to get super fast, by the way, so impressive that he just gets it flawlessly. That car definitely gave him a heart attack when he was doing this world record, I can tell you that. Because of that, you saw that little jerk towards the end. And we have another Vincent world record, this time on Peach Gardens with a 2:02.140. So, a couple fun facts for this. First is, when I pulled up the top 10 on this track, because I had to download the world records, that's the part you guys don't see. But when I pulled up the top 10, I saw that Vincent was over 0.7 of a second ahead of second place, which is insane. I think there's going to be another world record in this video where something might top that. We'll see, but the actual fun fact that I prepared for this video, oh, that was very nice. I'm guessing everyone else in the world does not get that, because, you know, they're all slower by a lot. But the second fun fact for this is that Vincent has the first and only 49-second lap 3 on this track. So he hadn't gotten it before on his previous world record, and this is his very first one that he's gotten. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna see how crazy it is, and I wonder if it's mainly because of these mold tricks that he's so much faster than everyone else, because he's just getting them so much earlier and so much faster and better than everyone else. Like, not necessarily because they're bad per se, but they're just not reaching the moles fast enough to make it faster, you know? At least for the first one, that's for sure. Now, he's gonna go for this triple trick thing, right? Oh, he's not. I know if the Shroomless world record goes on the left to get an extra trick, there's like a secret hidden. I might bring it up, but yep, another mold trick that, you know, he just gets to better and faster than everyone else in the world. Ultra Mini Turbo Glider, motion. Well, he's going to the right to get that trick, so he gets more Mini Turbos here. Interesting. I was not expecting that at all. But yeah, this is a great world record. Nice. And we have another Vincent world record, this time on Merry Mountain, 149.453. Okay, so for this I don't really have a fun fact, but we've seen 3 Vincent world records in a row, all in this, what is this? Is it the Moon Cup? I think this is the Moon Cup. But anyways, you can tell I've played this game for a long time, since I know exactly what cups each track are in. But regardless, Vincent has these 3 world records in a row, and they've all been held for over half a year, which is kind of crazy. And in the tracks, I think in total he has like only 5. Hold on, I'm gonna check this. He has 1 on Berlin, only 1 on Berlin. He has, I think, 2 on Peach Gardens. Yes, 2 on Peach Gardens. And on this track, I believe he only has 1. Or no, he has 2. So 5 in total on all 3 tracks, but he's held them all currently for over half a year, which you know, he's just nuts. Like, he just go to whatever track he wants to just take the world record. And a lot of these tracks, it's just the standard main world record combo. You know, Yoshi Bitty Buggy, Yoshi Scooty. He just absolutely dominates wherever he goes. It's kind of crazy. I don't know how he does it, to be honest, but he's like a prototypical, you know, makes everything look easy type of guy. And I can tell you right now, none of these mini turbochargers he's getting are easy. That's for sure. Like, I can barely get a launch trick off that ramp there. If I really tried, I could, but he doesn't even get one because that's slower than just getting a mini turbo and then tricking. So, yeah, it's just ridiculous. Is he gonna go for the glider? Nope. Okay. I thought he would maybe motion and get like a Genswell glider, but this is probably just faster. Makes sense. And we have Alberto on Rainbow Road 3DS with a 1:36.718. So this track has the second most world records in the Boost Course Pass. Last time I mentioned, I believe it was Ninja Hideaway that had the most. I might have to double check that, but that one had 76. Whatever had the most had 76 world records. This has 2 less, despite being a full, what, like 4 months after the previous waves. So, yeah, kind of crazy. And wait, no, isn't Ninja Wave 1? So that's even, like, crazier. It's like a full 8 months behind, and there's only 2 less world records. But yeah, kind of nuts that this has that many world records. Like, there's not too much to optimize, I would say. Like, I think the reason why this had so many world records on day one is just because, you know, this is a very hyped track. It was one of the most hyped tracks going into the whole Boost Course Pass, I would say. This is a track that a lot of people were looking forward to. In fact, I think when this... Oh, S&T. I kind of forgot that was the strat, but in the back of my mind I knew it. But yeah, that's a more recent thing. Recent being used kind of loosely there. But yeah, this is a lot of people's... Or it was a lot of people's favorite track for a while. A lot of people just love this track, especially online. Nowadays, people don't use it in lounge as much. People don't like it as much. And maybe it's just because the other waves are just that much better. Or maybe just people don't like it as much. I don't know. But this is pretty cool. Falling off the track. Barely touching the finish line before finishing. Okay, not gonna lie, when I went over the fun facts, I completely forgot about this track. Which, I've never done that in this series yet. But I believe this is the longest standing 150cc world record in the Boost Course Pass. At least on 150. I know we just mentioned Rock on 200 has 600 days. But anyways, let's get into it. So since my load times are so goddamn long, they're like 10 seconds. I'm not even kidding. I was able to check. And yes, it is actually the longest standing 150 Boost Course Pass world record, and it stands at, oh, you get 2 coins there. That's pretty sick. But it's been standing for 577 days, which is insane. Because this is wave 4 too, I believe this is like, this world record has stood for over 70% of the time this track has been out. I think that's probably right. I could probably double check that too, actually. Let's look at this. Let's look. Amsterdam Drift 150. Oh yeah, easily. It's probably closer to 90%. The track's been out for about 630 days, if I had to guess. Something like that. But yeah, kind of ridiculous. And this world record has stood for the vast majority of the time this track has been out. Kinda insane. But yeah, we knew that this was the world record combo basically straight away, probably like a month after Wave 4 came out, because that's when the balance patch came out for the game, where we got the Yoshi Teddy meta instead of the Waluigi Wiggler meta. So we figured out very quickly that this was the best combo for time trials, because it used to be babies, like Baby Bitty Buggy, but since Yoshi's just so much better, this was the standard combo for everything, and yeah, it's just been on this track forever. And we got a Riverside Park by 146 with a 124.962. So, this track, what's very interesting about this is that this was another one of those tracks that got solved basically straight away. Again, once Wave 4 came out, we kind of knew what the optimal combo was about a month after. So, the difference between day 1 for the world record, the very first world record on this track, and this current world record is less than 2 seconds. You heard that right, less than 2 seconds. So, we had figured out a lot of, you know, what you're supposed to go for in terms of speed and mini turbo for the optimal combo on every track, essentially. And, you know, for a while, people thought it was Rosalina. And by a while, I mean, like, less than a month. But very quickly, we figured out you want more mini turbo. And, yeah, this is just another one of those tracks where it got optimized straight away. But this track hasn't been held, well, the world record has been held on this track for that long. I think it's been less than a month. Is that right? I think it is. Oh no, it's just been over a month. And yeah, I mean, there's not too much going on for this track, but... Oh, is he going to slide off the track? Oh, I thought they were going to do the Rainbow Road 7 thing, where you drift off the track and get the finish line. And if you've watched some of my videos, you would know that I have been looking forward to this type of world record. James got the sub 155 on DK Summit. Now, if you didn't see the video on this, I highly recommend you watch it. But you're going to see a lot of cool and exciting new shortcuts that were just found on this track. So, if you haven't seen that video, you're going to be in for a pleasant surprise. So, I don't know if he... Okay. Doesn't go for the start shroom. Used to be a start shroom on this track, but there's a reason why they don't do it. What I think could be the potential strat on this track is they start shroom and then do the 2 shroom cuts that you're going to see. Instead of doing it on all 3 laps, they could just do it on laps 2 and 3, but I'm guessing it saves enough to go for it all 3 laps. So, right here, you see he's going to shroom and go over the second part of the mountain. Not even touching it. He doesn't have to get extra airtime. Already on 10 coins. And just look at him go. This world record improvement is pretty huge. Like, it's one of the biggest in game's history. It's probably like top 10. I wouldn't say... I don't think it's top 5. I believe we saw Peach Gardens, the one where Vincent got a 0.1. I don't know if it was more, but it's around the same as what James got here, which was over 0.3. But I believe the 3 biggest that I've seen are, I think it was like PBS 200. It was either PBS, no, I think it's 200. Where it was like a 1.4 second world record cut. I believe maybe a Woken made a video on that. Not too sure. But the other one was the Ribbon Road world record, and then another Ribbon Road record, I believe, that has 2 and 3. But it was over a second and then like 0.6. And then usually you don't see anything over 0.1 in this game, typically. But yeah, these shortcuts, by the way, insane. And, you know, normally I would be like, oh my god, what the heck? But I've already seen this world record, because it was huge when it came out, you know. But just, I mean, insane stuff. And James told me he can improve that by almost a second, by the way. So, yeah. Pretty dope. I also want to quickly mention, I forgot to mention the fun fact for this, but there's almost a 10-second difference between day 1 world record and now. It's 9.6 seconds, which is more than double what the most was, and I believe it was for Ninja Hideaway, which was like 4.6 or something. So, full 5 seconds long, or bigger than that. Ridiculous. Anyways, let's move on. Now we got Zay with a 156.660 on Yoshi's Island. Very cursed world record. So this is Zay's only 150cc world record. He's mainly known for being a 200cc player, has a couple world records, but he's also mainly known for being a fantastic online 200cc player, where he actually won my 200cc Grand Invitational, which, if that's a spoiler for you, then I don't know what to tell you. You should have seen that already, but anyways, he got first place and won by a decent margin. I think it came down to last race, but by lap 3 we already knew he was the champion going to the last race. But anyways, this is only 150cc world record. You guys know what I'm saying. I forgot to check if he's had any other world records on 150cc, but also, wait, that was the first shroom, and it was on lap 2. What? Hold on. Hold on a minute. Oh, because he's going wide. Going wide for the coins on lap 1. I see. I see. And then he used the shroom in that shortcut for laps 2 and 3. Also, this red road used to not show up. I believe Nmade had a world record reaction video where before Wave 6, or maybe it was like right after Wave 6, he watched it and there was just no red road, and he was just so baffled. That's one of my favorite, like, world record or reactions to anything in this game, really. I knew that was the case, but, you know, just seeing someone outside of the, you know, typical audience, I guess, of this game, watching it, it would just really crack me up. But, yeah. This is, I'm sad I couldn't do justice to this world record, really, by reacting to it, but pretty sick stuff. And I have no idea how to say this guy's name. Well, he has a world record here on Bangkok Rush with a 141.889. The reason why I have no idea who this guy's name is because on his profile, it usually gives you, like, a Twitter or their actual, like, pronunciation of their name. But this guy has none of that, and when I look at the world record video, there's no one mentioning his name in the comments, and the the world record video itself has the same characters for his name in the title. So I literally have no idea who this is, but this is his first and only world record on the track. And despite that, he has the world record. He has a couple more world records, but he's not, like, a well-known time trialer, I guess. Like, he's had a couple. I imagine someone in the comments would be able to tell me what his name is, or how to pronounce it. But, oh, okay. I think on 200, they go for the coin, and then also take the shortcut, but I guess you get the coin here anyways. At least I think that's what the world record does on 200. I'm not sure. Anyways, this track is fairly simple to drive. It's just a lot of it, just like Paris, it's very similar to that track, to where you're just trying to take everything as tight with as high mini turbochargers as possible. And the players that do that best are going to be the best players on this track, and the ones that can get the world record. Also, that strat, very awesome. Definitely don't do that online, but he just goes for that flawlessly. Yeah. Now we have DS Mario Circuit, where Pi has a 136.663, another cursed world record. What the heck? The Pi has actually held the world record on this track for over 94, or for about 94. I think it's like 93.9 actually, of the game's, or not the game, the track's lifespan. My goodness. This whole video is a train wreck. Okay, maybe that's a little bit of... Maybe I'm being a little bit of a drama queen for saying that, but... I'm kind of, wow, I'm surprised they didn't go for any of those wide coins. I wonder where they get them. Did they get the double coin here? Oh, I see! I see you, Pi! I see you. But yeah, for a long time, I remember when I was trying to get worldwide tops, I mentioned Boo Lake, but I was also doing Waluigi Stadium and Waluigi Pinball. I believe there was one more. Oh yeah, it was Maple, but I didn't like the fact that I had to do motion glider on that track. So this, I was wondering, what track should I go for, right? And Alberto told me back then that no one in the world took the double coin, and that's where I could, potentially gain on people. Was I could get the double coin. I believe there's like a shortcut here that you can go for, like on the right here. Oh no, they don't go for it. Maybe it's a 200 thing actually. Okay, yeah, I believe it's a 200 thing where you go on the right and you just like get a super mini turbo into it. There's nothing crazy going on for this track, but going over that bit of off-road is pretty cool. You used to go over just the red and white. What do you call those things? The racetrack things. I don't know. You used to go over that, but now you go a lot tighter, which is cool. What do you call those red and white things? I mean, I guess they're like a border? I don't know. Tell me in the comments, please. I'm brain farting everywhere. And now we have F with a 153.094 on Waluigi Stadium. This is the one I've been looking forward to all video. You guys are going to enjoy this one. So I don't think I've seen this exact world record yet, but F has been dominating this track since the release of Waluigi Stadium. He's been the best player on I'd say the most tech-heavy track. Not heck-heavy. Heck this track. Okay, anyways. I think this is the most tech-heavy track of the game, and this still has plenty to go, by the way. Yeah, but just getting into the half-pipe with no problem. Wait, he just turn skip lap 1? Okay. This guy might be the GOAT. I don't know if he goes for laps 2 and 3, we'll see. But when I last saw his world record on this track, it was like a 0.2, I think. I think he only went for it on lap 2. I don't know if he got the same coin or not, but yeah, this track is ridiculous. Just, you have no time to rest. And that's why I love this track so much. It's just, you have to stay focused at all times. You can do so much to gain time, and oh my god. Insane. Okay, so he's not going to get for it on lap 2. He might do it on lap 3, we'll see. But my guess is that you can't really go for the left coin if you do the turn skip, so he just doesn't go for it on lap 2. Maybe he will go for it on lap 3. Maybe it's only lap 1 thing because of how difficult it is. It is probably the most difficult shortcut in the game. And I don't say that lightly. Like, I've done it once ever, and that was me trying for like multiple hours on end. But yeah. Let's see. Does he go for it on lap 3? No, he doesn't. Okay. It would be faster. It's like 0.3 faster. But of course, on lap 2, you might want to go for the coin. That probably makes up the lost time. But on lap 3, he definitely could go for it and make this a 152. Still a great world record regardless. And our third world record, or cursed world record of the video, a 155.666. I believe this is the Earth Gucci guy. Yes, this is the guy that has Earth Gucci as his Twitter. So this is the same guy that had the Ninja Hideaway world record. But yeah, let's get right into it. Final world record of the video. So what's weird about this world record is, so this is his first and only world record on the track, by the way. So we've had a couple of these this video. I'm surprised there's that many, like in general, I'd say. But anyways, this world record has an identical lap 1 to Vincent's second worldwide time and previous world record. He also has a slower lap 3, which is crazy. He only beats out Vincent on one of the laps, and it's world record. Now, he doesn't beat out his lap 2 by that much. It's by like 0.03 or something, but it's enough to have the world record by 0.01. So, yeah. This track's fairly simple, so, you're not going to see anything too crazy. But, again, it's a tour track. It's a tour city track. Oh! Bumping the wall a little bit to get the extra mini turbocharge, but you're basically just taking all these turns as tight as possible, while getting the highest mini turbocharges as possible, just like Bangkok Rush, just like Paris Promenade. But there's a little bit more going on to this track. Also, going on the red, didn't know that was faster. I might have to go on the red there. Now, is there a fancy glider strat here? Oh, there is! Get the Super Mini Turbo off the ramp there. Very cool. This feels like a mix between a tour track and like a Piranha Plant Cove almost, you know? I like that kind of vibes. Maybe not necessarily Cove. But you get what I'm saying, right? There's, you know, some fancy strats, but you're also taking a lot of the turns as tight as possible. Very, very late shroom into the track. Big A 155, 666. The most cursed digits. We've seen it 3 times too. What the heck? But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And look forward to the last video in the series coming up, hopefully tomorrow. I've missed that so many times in terms of my promises of my upload schedule, but maybe I'll get it right this time. We'll see. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.